Man, folks are funny. You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene. I'm Wole, and my co-host Ray G's out, but don't worry, I ain't gonna be alone. I'm gonna introduce my guest, but it's the Washington Commanders Atlanta Falcons preview show. You can also check us out at www.urbansportscene.com. Before we get to that Commanders Falcons preview, let's tackle some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that red subscribe button and subscribe to our Urban Sports Scene YouTube channel. Also, like this video while you're here. That's good for the Commanders algorithm on YouTube. It puts us up there in the search engine. So hit us with a like and also hit us with a comment as well. Don't forget to tweet us at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, and like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Also, join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. You can check us out on our weekly NFL picks on the Football Garbage Time website. Just go to www.footballgarbagetime.com. It's part of the Urban Sports Scene Football versus Football Garbage Time Pick'em Challenge. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm last place. You know, I've been picking all types of upsets, and it hasn't been working for me. I won't lie to y'all. So don't go on my picks. I'm trash. Don't go with it. I'm honest to tell y'all this. Do not go on my picks. But before we get into all that, let's get into our tradition, the pregame. Here's what we have on tap. Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia's Washington Commanders reporter Felix Trammell will join me to talk about the Washington Commanders' upcoming opponents in the Atlanta Falcons. But let me go ahead and introduce my guest right now. What is good? Hold on, do this correct. I'll put my man in here. What is good, Felix, bruh?
What's up, man? What's up?
What's popping, bruh? What's popping? First off, I always want to showcase something, good work from Felix, you know what I'm saying? Because Felix does great work. I want to showcase my man, Felix. Look at my man working hard. Look at my dude, bro. Look at my dude working hard, man.
I miss that temperature right now. Shoot,
I know it's cold as the bricks out here now, man.
I know.
I be forgetting this winter, bro. I be forgetting. I be like, oh, we here. We here. You know
Always
what I'm saying?
Forget,
Hey, Vince, before we get into this game, bro. We both on what's going on, Paul. What's good, coach, man? Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you. You know, he's an Eagles fan. I always appreciate support from you, coach, man. You're a cool dude. But before we get to the Eagles game, I guess I commented on a post referring. There was a comparison between RG3. I don't even want to call it a comparison. It's the rushing yards between RG3 and where he's at right now and where Jaden Daniels is right now, right?
Right.
In terms of not right now, just the rushing record for a quarterback, right? That rookie year, the rookie rushing year record. All I said was RG3 did it in a 16-game season.
Right.
Right. That's all I said. I ain't say he was better than him. I ain't say that Jaden. I didn't talk about quarterback play whatsoever. All I said in 16 games, in a 16 regular season game, RG3 had that amount of rushing yards.
Yeah.
So if folks come in like, well, it doesn't matter. Let me put this way, Felix, and I'm gonna put it in basketball terms, Felix. If I scored 100 points in 48 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I scored 100 points, not 48, am I tripping? Sorry, 40 so 12. So yeah, 40. I'm right. 48 minutes, right? But then in 48 minutes, within a 48-minute game, I scored 100 points. But in a double overtime game, I scored 100 points. Right?
Right.
It's more impressive.
The one at 48.
That's
and
all.
I think, in that same thread, I responded to you because I said, remember, RG did it in 15 games.
Yeah, exactly.
He played the Cleveland game. Like, remember he got hurt against.
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah.
And didn't play the Cleveland game. And then he played the Philly game, and then he played the Cowboys game. So I said, oh, yeah, he did it in 15 games. And then I had a couple people respond to me like, that I'm not dissing. This is not a Jaden diss. This is just factual stats.
Yeah.
And then there was somebody who said, well, if that's the case, do it off of 14 games. And because it was a 14-game season versus 16. I'm like, it's just the regular season record. And all you were pointing out is RG did it in a less game. Yeah. And so there's nothing. It doesn't diminish RG. It doesn't diminish Jaden. It just shows where he is in the pantheon of quarterbacks in a rookie year. But I know everything's in the front sometimes, and you can't say a stat or highlight somebody without dissing someone else. And I think that is the general sports discourse now.
Yeah,
you cannot promote somebody or acknowledge somebody without downplaying someone else. And I think that's what's happening in this rookie of the year, this class for quarterbacks debate.
Right.
Like that one's getting out of hand. It's just little stuff like that. So I think we all need to pump brakes. No one's saying that Jaden is worse than RG3 or RG3 was better than Jaden. No one is. I know you're not saying it.
No, like it's so far from it. And let me make this perfectly clear for folks who use that example between 14 games to 16 games. You're right. I think what OJ did is more impressive than what Eric Dickerson did, and what Eric Dickerson did is more impressive than what Barry or whoever was it, Barry who had the record after that, or whoever had the record after that.
Dickerson still has it.
He still has a record. So if Eric Dickerson's done, is more impressive than anything. So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't. Like at the end of the day, this is the thing. I agree with you. What I said in my post with RG3 in that season was giving RG3 his flowers.
Right.
That was it. It had nothing to do with Jay. It just showed you how impressive that year. To your point, RG3 missed. He missed that Cleveland game and still had that much yardage. And also, he wasn't even full of speed and still was able to have that type of record that season.
Those last two games. He was
those last two games. So it's just giving him his flowers. It's nothing about bad. No one, but I didn't say, well, Jaden didn't run as well as RG3. I didn't say, Jaden or RG3 is a better quarterback than Jaden. I didn't say any of that.
No.
I just said when the stat was put out there, it's like this. Oh, RG3 did that in a 16-game season.
Right.
I didn't even say the amount of games he played. I just said he did in a 16-game season.
Right. I
said that is impressive. I said if Jaden does it now, the next game, I said, be cool. That's impressive. That beats it out. That's all I said.
Man. I mean, it's all right. I get where you were going with that.
Yeah,
I understood it.
Thank you, Felix, man. I just thought I looked at it. I was like, why is my ex blowing up? that's the first thing I was like, why is it blowing up for this? I'm like, that's for all the crap I do say. It's blowing up for this, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing because people are very protective of Jaden.
I know.
Which is good. Yeah. I mean, but everything's not in the front of Jaden either. Like, it's okay. Like, I mean, RG had way more design runs than Jaden does. So it's like,
yes. Yeah.
That's all. I mean, there's context to everything. Like what's the name just said? There's context to every single thing.
Yeah.
Like RG had way more design runs than Jaden did.
Facts. There you go. That's good. That's what I'm talking about. So it's just not. It is what it is. So folks, relax. No one's bashing Jaden. Okay, I'm not bashing Jaden. I love Jaden. He's amazing. He's spectacular. Like I was screaming all types of F words after he threw that touchdown pass to Crowder. So yeah, we're good. We're good, folks. We're good. All right, so let's get to the actual what we came here to talk about, man. All right, before we get into the actual game, I mean it's part of the game. We got the report that it looks like Jonathan Allen will be available Sunday night against the Falcons. How big is that for the team to have him return?
I tweeted out something when he got injured that the defense looked better without him, and a lot of people agreed. Some people were like, wait a minute. Now there's one avenue where he makes that defense better. And that's run defense.
Yeah.
And when you've seen this defense struggle against the run, Jonathan Allen wasn't there. So if you go back to that first Philly game when they had to lead the whole first three quarters, and then all of a sudden Saquon takes off, who wasn't out there? Jonathan Allen. They wore out the middle. So now you saw that on Sunday. The Eagles were able to, at the beginning of the game, run the ball because there was no Jonathan Allen. Yeah. Jonathan Allen's going to be a tremendous help for defending the run. And if you look at who they face on Sunday, Bijan Robinson is numero uno and who you have to defend in the Falcons offense. So you need a person like Jonathan Allen, even if he's just holding up a guard in the center. Now that allows your linebackers to get downhill and make the plays because you're going to have to stop Bijan to win the game. So I think that's going to be a good thing for him. I think for the team, for him, I think he got to understand that, hey, this team functions without me. I'm going to have to step my game up because look at what the team is doing without me. So those two things can mutually exclusive. So I can admit I was wrong on that. Yeah. There's certain aspects where Jonathan Allen is important, and one of those is the run game. So getting him back for Sunday will be tremendous because that's another big body you can throw out there. You can rotate people, and you can have fresher bodies out there. You can contain the run because that's going to be the job of that defensive line and the defense overall to win on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm like to what Paul said. A lot of folks, you ain't the only one for this. A lot of folks were like, and Paul's one of them thought that defense would be better without Jonathan Allen. George did too as well. But I've always stayed.
In certain aspects, they were.
Yeah, certain aspects. I feel like
they rushed the quarterback better without Jonathan Allen because Jonathan Allen likes to get upfield. So now the tackles they have now don't get upfield as much. They just press the pocket and they're able to get more sacks. If you remember back to the Tampa Bay game way back when, Baker Mayfield was able to escape a lot out the front door because Allen would push too far off the field. So there's a balance there. But in December, you're going to have to be able to stop the run. And in the playoffs, you're going to be able to stop the run too. Yeah. I just thought, like, for me personally, I just felt like, a player like Jonathan Allen, personally, because I stick up for Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne, both of them. Because a lot of people trash Deron Payne too now. But I was like, and I like Johnny. Everybody knows me. I like Johnny. So it's not like a dig on Johnny. But, when a lot of people are giving a lot to Johnny so soon. And I think that Johnny isn't, Johnny had to do with injury. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we're getting the best version of what Johnny is for real. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, putting that much on Johnny's plate to say, oh, he's going to be the savior is going to be a whole different beast. Knowing that you're going to deal with, some good running games, especially even with Jonathan Allen. I said this. The run defense wasn't the greatest with him, but it's definitely worse without him, which you can see there's a big difference. But I thought, like, what we've seen in Jonathan Allen in terms of in the past now that he's had, he's been good in the past. The last couple of seasons have been kind of, meh to Jonathan Allen standards. But I do think that I don't like last year because last year he had to deal with plantar fasciitis. So I felt like that was like a thing that he had to kind of deal with. And anybody knows when you have that type of injury, it's hard for you to be yourself, especially being a D tackle, right? When you have to use that type of leverage using your legs or whatnot. But I do think it's going to be a big boost for this team. I'm interested to see how healthy he is. I mean, we're talking about a pec injury. So we don't even know that. But I just think in terms of spirits, anytime you feel like you got one of your better guys out there, I know this as, we know this as being individual in the sports game, period, you're going to feel good. Just like when they got Marshawn Lattimore, that defense just felt good, right? You're going to have one of those guys who, that when he's on his A game, he's a all-pro caliber type of defensive tackle, right? So I do think it's big. And I definitely, like you said, this matchup where you got Bijan Robinson, one of the most explosive backs in the game, you don't want him getting to the second level through the middle. You know what I'm saying? You want to have more, versatility in terms of how you can be able to stop him. Now, if he can run outside and inside, that's a problem, right? So at least you want to take care of one element first, and that's the interior. Yeah, and I think the people who will be happiest for having Allen back is Wagner and Luvu. Yeah. Because if you look early in that Eagles game, where that Eagles line was able to get to that second level and get to them, that's where Saquon was able to take off. Yeah, Jonathan Allen's being able to eat up blockers will allow better flow from Wagner and from Luvu where they can attack. So I think that all that goes hand in hand. So, I mean, he's probably not going to give you like 45 plays, but if Jonathan Allen can give you 25 plays, that's a bonus. That's a plus. And that's just that keeps Payne have been playing over 40 plays, 45 plays a game. Now he gets to take some snaps off. Now you guys get to be fresher. So I think that all goes hand in hand. So, but for Bijan, he leads the league in rushing yards outside as well. So you've got to steal that inside to make sure the linebackers can flow outside and get to him. So that works hand in hand, but it'll be a plus to have him back.
So who just sacrificed for his return?
Well, I think they've already told us. It's Federico.
I know. We already know one, though.
We already know. Right? If anything with this team, they're straightforward. And remember back in training camp when I said Fedarian Mathis was a cut prospect, one looked at me like I was crazy. Yeah. You see it now. They went and got Sheldon Day. They have other guys they've brought in. And even though Fedarian has some good moments, he is not what the staff is looking for. And so when Allen comes back, he's going to be odd man out. Just like when Lattimore came, Forbes was odd man out.
Yeah.
Like, just like Jamin was odd man out. Like, it's what it is. And I think Fedarian is going to be the one that loses the roster spot. They probably don't call up what's his name from the practice squad, Davis. And then now that's your line right there. That's your defensive line. Because remember, you still have Dorrance who can slide inside on passing downs and stuff like that. So that's probably who's going to be the casualty. It's going to be Fedarian Mathis and it's gonna be Alabama for Alabama. But you got to, like you said, a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro caliber versus somebody who's not getting much burn.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty simple. Fedarian's going to be on the block.
So he's cut. You think he's cut?
Yeah, they're gonna have to make a spot for him.
Yeah, I know.
Tomorrow.
It's wild. You know what I mean? This I will say this. Like, no one's knocking the regime, but they be having some interesting inactors. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I ain't think Fedarian played bad. But then all of a sudden, I didn't think he played bad. He surprisingly played well to me. Like the block, so obviously there's something within the coaching staff that he's not doing that they want him to do, right?
And I told people this back in training camp. Tap was the hardest on Fedarian than anybody else. And I mean, Tap got in Payne's face. He got in Allen's face. He got in Fowler's face. Like, he got in everybody's face. He was relentless on Fedarian. And I kept pointing it out. And I'm like, yeah, he's on him. He's on him. There's something about that. And even, like, I would say that first Giants game, the Cardinals game, Fedarian played well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm being real. He played well.
So I don't think he offers the versatility that Witt wants out of his D lineman, because you can see guys kind of moving all over the place, and Fedarian's not lining up outside of a 3 tech, and that's being generous at the 3 tech. He's really going to be in the 2 or 1 or 0, and you get him out there. That's where more feet are involved. And I don't think he can handle it out there. I just don't think he can. So, he doesn't serve a purpose at this point. But this regime is pretty clear. Like, we have a set goal for you. If you can't achieve that goal, we will replace you and find someone who can achieve that goal. And we've seen it across the board. So we shouldn't be like, oh my God. And I mean, I don't think Fedarian did anything wrong. I think his first 2 years were hampered by injury. Yeah, I think then that's not his fault. But this is a new group, and they're not wasting time. Like, they're evaluating what they have, and you didn't meet the standard of what they have.
Oh, I think somebody talked about what we're talking about too. I got a response. Alexander say, here's an interesting stat for the RG3 versus Jaden Russian stats is that Jaden has actually ran for more first downs than RG3 did it in all of 2012. That's cool. That's good.
And I think that shows more that Jaden's a scrambler who's moving.
He's a better scrambler
versus RG, who was part of the actual offensive running.
Yeah,
two different.
Yeah, Jaden's a way better scrambler than RG3 was.
Like, he has the instinct of scrambling.
Yeah,
RG scrambled just because there's something there to go. He wasn't a good scrambler. He's a good runner. He's not a good scrambler. Those are two different things.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, it's like I always compare. Like, there's levels to it, right? He's fast and a straight line speed, right? He has great straight line speed. But there's like Vic evasiveness, Lamar Jackson evasiveness, and then there's just like
straight line.
He's the runner.
I mean, that's why. Let's look at two comparable plays. Let's look at the RG3, the 75-yard against Minnesota. Yeah. It's to the edge and straight line. Yeah. Versus the Jaden one on Carolina, where it's a read option. Yeah. And he jukes somebody, but he doesn't have that burner to get away. And that's the play he got hurt on. Similar type plays. Yeah. But you see Jaden is more of that 4th and 11 scramble from.
Oh, it's perfect. Philly, that's beautiful.
Where he has the burst to get through, but he makes people miss too. Remember on that last drive where he jukes Jalen Carter. Bless his heart. He set him up with a good.
Oh my God, that was moving nasty.
Hey, as a former point guard, I know you love that. He went and it was gone. Yeah. So, like, I think they're two different runners. So I think we just need to remember that RG3 is still an Olympic type sprinter. Yeah. Jalen is more of a basketball kind of quick burst kind of guy, like an AI.
Great comparison.
You would have watched and I tell people this today.
Great comparison.
Go watch AI play football at Bethel in Virginia.
Yeah.
That guy was amazing as a quarterback. And that's that's kind of similar to how Jaden scrambles. Now he ran more, but you can see it there.
Yeah, that's a great.
I said AI football. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. Nah, I've seen that boy was AI football was something special. Folks don't know. They really don't.
You don't know, man.
That's why it was his favorite sport for real. It
was
really
10 years too early with football.
Yeah. Facts. Paul said Jonathan Allen being back brings more energy and an extra body. Everyone will be fresh. I agree. I think everybody will be. I think everybody will be fresh. Paul also added, said, okay, this is a question. He's on the offensive side on the offensive with DB De'Ami Brown being slowed down by a hamstring. Does KJ play?
You're gonna have probably. I have to see. I didn't go out there today. Yeah, De'Ami didn't do any work yesterday. He was kind of off to the side. So if he didn't do anything today, then KJ's probably gonna get a shot just because they're not gonna press it with hamstrings. That's probably why we're not gonna see Lattimore either. Just hamstrings are just real finicky.
Yes.
And De'Ami is a burst guy, so you need that burst. And and for the De'Ami fans, I want y'all to see how much more they started to use him in the offense. Like you saw those handoffs, you saw those quick jets. Yeah. Wasn't just a go guy. He caught some good routes. Like De'Ami was progressing. So everybody was like, how dare he be the number 2 receiver coming out of camp, blah, blah, blah. He was showing that potential. Now this hamstring's going to hurt him a little bit.
It is,
but I think KJ will get the opportunity. But you can see they were Crowder coming back was tremendous because that gave him a real slot that can kind of find those gaps.
Yeah,
and then you got Zacchaeus, for whatever Zacchaeus is worth, he can make plays. And we finally see with the ball in his hands, he can make plays. You saw it Sunday. So they will find ways to get people involved in the passing game. So it won't just be Terry and friends.
Yeah, I had to apologize to Zacchaeus last week. I told him he eat all the jollof rice he needs because that's a Nigerian first name. So I told him he get all the jollof rice he can eat. Yeah. He's on board. He's on the team now. He was off the team though. He was off the boat. Now he's back on the boat.
He back on the boat.
He back on the boat. Yeah, he back on the boat. He can go to Niger. He good. He with us now. He was out though.
I understood.
Like he dropped that first pass. He was out because I was out there cursing the storm, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, you back in it.
He has value, and I think just finding ways to get him the ball, and I think Cliff is doing a good job in finding ways to get what he has the ball in areas where they can succeed. You saw Crowder on those inside kind of moves, just finding the gaps. He just knew where to be. That's just veteran. Zacchaeus, you saw them setting up those side passes to run back across the middle. You're able to see him put people in their good position. So I think that has been a plus for Cliff. People got to give him his flowers too.
Yeah, well, I actually think he gets Zacchaeus open he does well getting Zacchaeus open. Just about Zacchaeus finishing plays. I always feel like he gets Zacchaeus open. Yeah, especially some of the stuff he does. Sometimes just Zacchaeus I said I was going to talk negative about Zacchaeus. He did well last week, so I'm going to be good with him. You're back on my good side. You're on my good side. Olamide, you're on my good side. You're on my good side.
You say it way better than I do. Are most of the guys in the visiting press boxes. Oh, you should have heard the Saints when he butchered him so bad.
For real?
I'm a D. I'm like, didn't he play with the Falcons? Wouldn't he have come in here?
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, you would think. Yeah, that's the South. You would think you had him enough to kind of say his name correctly.
Right.
Yeah, man. I got a cousin name. That's a cousin of mine has that same exact name. So I know how to say that name. I was like, when I saw the name, but the Zacchaeus part, I ain't gonna lie, that throws me off. That's the part that throws me off. Because that last name I've never heard in my life. I'm not sure.
I have, but not on an African.
I'm guessing maybe I feel like his mom may be Nigerian and his dad may be not. So
right.
The thought process with that. All right. So Taj has a question. Taj said, injuries at the wide receiver spot is mounting up, especially with De'Ami coming into his own. I feel bad for De'Ami. I thought he was playing really well before that hamstring injury. He said, Paul say, 80, Crowder. He said 80 is a true possession receiver. Yeah, man. Crowder, I'm glad, like, ageism screws a lot of individuals. Right. You know what I mean? But I'm glad he's getting rewarded because I feel like, to me, and I don't feel like this hyperbole, he's one of the better slot receivers in the NFL. To be real with you. Like what you talked about, Felix, like he has a knack. He knows how to get open from the slot. Just the touchdown pass, the first one when he set the defender up, Like he hesitated, he timed it out, and then boom, he ran the route and he got that touchdown pass from Jaden. He's just really good at slot, man. He's really good at slot.
If we go back to the Kirkland era,
yes, facts.
What made Kirkland so good wasn't the bombs to D-Jack or the Garcon. It was the Crowder over the middle. And Crowder could find those seams, those spaces. And essentially that's what Crowder is that seam, that space person. And so I do look for him to have a big game on Sunday because he's going to find those spaces in the Falcons defense because the holes are over the middle. They're in those seams. And that's where the Crowder is going to be, him and Ertz. You get them the ball in those spaces, that's going to change the complexity of the Falcons defense. But you got to go back to when he first came in the league. That's what he did. I mean, he made Kirkland look really good, finding those inside slots, those little quick, skinny posts and stuff. He could get those balls and be gone. And so it's good for him. And people were almost forgot about him. He was on IR, but he shows up a lot of things. Now he's your returner. Like he's the one who's returning punts. You're not worried about Zacchaeus like, oh God, let's catch it. Now you're like, oh, there's a chance. And like, I mean, I said that Sunday. I literally said that with Candy. I was like, oh, here's a chance of a run here. And look, forward. It's great. So it's little things like that where you forget the value of a veteran, but he's always going to be positive. Like he's been positive with Luke. He's been positive with OZ. He's been positive with those guys who are essentially competing for the same position that he's trying to play. But now all of them are going to play because they are the ones that are healthy.
Yeah. You got some questions for you, Felix. So Alexander has 2 questions for you. He says Brian Robinson fumbles. Your thoughts on that first?
I think that mental done slip back in his head.
In that game it did.
And I think it slipped back in his head. What I've said, and I said this in the press box, Brian Robinson should be running downhill. He should be coming out of the pistol, or Jaden should be under center handing the ball to him. He is not a good shotgun zone runner. That's not how he played in Alabama. That's not how he played in high school. He doesn't read holes like that. That should be more of your McNichols and Rodriguez carries, and B-Rob should be getting the ball out the pistol. Now, that being said, he's got to clean it up, but the team still trusts him because on the final drive, who's on the field?
He was out there.
He caught the ball. He ran the ball on that drive, and he picked up blitzes. So you got to put all of that together. Now, he's going to have a shorter leash. I will say this, but he's just got to, I think for him, run him out of the pistol. Get him in the pistol with Jaden. That way you can go either direction based off of what the defense is showing. He can run downhill looking at the hole versus running sideways because he's not a one-cut guy. It's not his game. And so I personally, that's what I would do with B-Rob. But he's gonna have to be a major factor on Sunday in running the ball downhill on the Falcons.
Yeah, this season he had a fumble. It's like, which is like, but
he had those issues as a rookie, but more people were more concerned with the Antonio Gibson fumbles.
Yeah, his was like, it wasn't like a rack though, but he
wasn't a lot of them. But there was a couple times where he kind of just
dropped the ball and he recovered it. He would recover it.
So it was more like, but those on Sunday were just inexplicable.
The second one. I thought they made a great play on it.
First one was the Jalen Carter. They read the play.
Yeah, I thought that was a good play.
Behind the counter and ripped out. That would I give a turn because you're not supposed to get it there. Now the second one, fighting for yards, you got to know that they're going to put you up. Just burrow down. Burrow down.
I agree with that.
And that's part of him being taller and like to stand up when he runs.
No, I agree with you, homie. I definitely agree with you. Alexander also said, not to digress, but Felix, can you share your thoughts on the Hayfield situation if you can?
For those who don't know, Hayfield's public school in Virginia. They're in the county of Fairfax, not the city of Alexandria. That had issues of quote unquote with recruiting football players. Their coach came from another school in Virginia, Freedom, where they had won back-to-back state titles, and then he went to Hayfield, and a lot of his former players ended up transferring from Freedom to Hayfield, which is kind of a taboo. Now, me as my position, for those who don't know my day job, I'm the assistant director of athletics at Alexandria City High School. So I can't go further on that discussion, at least in public. Just know that there's just certain there's kind of the honor system that we kind of operate with. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Now, whatever rules did or did not broken, that's a Fairfax County problem. I work for the City of Alexandria Public Schools, but there's issues that are there, that issues that got to be resolved. But that's all I'm going to say on that. Good question, but if you meet me one-on-one and we're not online, then I have a few more things I can share.
I like that. I like that response right there, Felix. Not online. Let's do this. Let's do this face to face. Todd said, with Lattimore shaky hamstrings, who's the team bringing up at thin cornerback spot? Mike Davis. We need that front seven to play out of their mind down the stretch. I mean, y'all know who's going to be called up. Why y'all doing this? I already know.
Well, if Lattimore's not playing, Davis will be active.
Yeah.
It depends on who they. It's weird with this team, and I'll say
okay.
This.
So you about to say something? I want you to add on this. Go ahead. I want you to talk about this.
The assumption would be St-Juste.
Yes, but
there was games where Mike Davis was the starter, and St-Juste didn't play until like the third, fourth quarter, and people didn't notice it.
I've noticed it.
I'll actually, matter of fact, the Steelers game. St-Juste doesn't play until the third quarter of that game, and you notice St-Juste got beat with the Mike Williams over the ball, the go route. Whatever. I could see a thing where Mike Davis is the starter and St-Juste has gone to what he's gone to now, which is this special teams corner where he did a great job on Sunday. If you notice, even on that last play when they're trying to lateral back, he keeps his contained. He does what he's supposed to do. He actually does good there. I don't know, because Drake London would be your main guy for them, but you got to realize Mooney and McLeod do work too. So
they do.
Now, this is where do you use Chin less as a cover and add another corner? Because Chin is more of your tight end cover, but Kyle Pitts is probably the biggest enigma in the league. I mean, he's athletically, you would think he would be great, but then he's not great. So your best bet is to make Penix beat you. Yeah. Now, who's going to be that cover? So I think you're going to see a lot more off man to keep people in front. Not as much press. I think Mikey will go with Drake most of the time because he's your best corner. Noah has been playing well in the slot, so I don't think you take him out of the slot. I think he goes with Ray a lot, which would leave either Davis or St-Juste on the outside. So with Mooney. Mooney doesn't necessarily he's not elite at anything, but he's good at everything. Well, I just think you need to be solid. So if I had to flip a coin, it would probably be St-Juste. But if 24 jogs out there the first play, I wouldn't be shocked by that either. And they showed a propensity to do that. So if you had to ask me right now, it would be St-Juste. But Davis would be, if Davis came out there, I wouldn't be shocked. But I don't see Lattimore playing this week, especially because there's possibility of rain. And then I don't see him playing the Cowboys game because CD's not playing. So you're probably not going to see Lattimore again to the playoffs, which is fine. You just got to work through it with the other part of your defense.
Just got to win. So you don't see him. So you don't see Lattimore. Paul said Mooney is the speed guy. He said Mikey was Mooney. It won't matter. I'm be real with you. I mean, we know this. It's not like Lattimore. Lattimore followed. Mikey's not following anybody.
No one's going to follow.
So truth be told, it's going to be the matchup of which Atlanta wants to kind of target. So I guess, I don't know. It's crazy because I do think that St-Juste. So I'm with you, Felix. This is what confuses me about this regime. When Lattimore is healthy, because for a while Davis was starting over St-Juste. I don't think he was starting. He was starting. He was playing more reps than St-Juste. It's to a point where I was like, St-Juste hurt, but he wasn't hurt. Then Lattimore's back. Davis gets inactivated, but St-Juste is active. Then I'm like, interesting. Right?
I will say this: St-Juste is more athletic than Mike Davis.
I know that.
Mike Davis is a better corner. St-Juste is more athletic. So on specials, he's better on specials than Mike Davis.
Good point.
So I think that's where the change off happens. So it could be where, you just keep St-Juste off and you just say follow outside hip and try to drive him to help versus, you square up and press up. And I think that's where St-Juste gets in problems when he has to two-way release and he has to think. Thinking is not his forte.
I'm with you. I'm not the biggest Mike Davis fan either.
I'm not.
When I was in camp, he was like the worst corner out of everybody when I was in camp. But I won't lie. He's had a couple of good, like the game against the Eagles. He was good. He was solid.
Yeah, you got that first game in Philly. He
was solid. He
played well there. So let's not flip the boat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
It all can be negated if the D line does their job and get pressure on Penix.
Yeah, I think
and make Penix have to run. If you make him a runner, then you're in good shape.
Yeah,
Paul. Remember, he's a lefty, so he's going to try to run
to his left side. Yeah,
run to his left side. You got to flush him right.
Yeah, and he's there. That's if you watch. That's pretty much what he does for real when he runs outside the pocket. Paul said, "I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Where you go? Here you go." He said, look, play Quan at DB. I like Quan at safety. I don't like moving Quan too much. That's me though.
In a pinch you can.
Okay.
In a pinch you can, and then put Percy back there. But I think.
All right. All right. So how much do you like Percy for real? Like at safety, I'm being real with you. I'm not the biggest Percy dude, right? And no knock on Percy. I just feel like I have a lot of. Percy gets lost a lot. That's one. And then secondly, I was not a big fan. I'm gonna be real with you. Though I'm glad. They shouldn't have called it because he missed. He missed the tackle, but it was a lack of. It was a lack of discipline because you're lucky he just ducked low. Because truth be told, you sold out. He sold out to hit him. He lucky dude duck low, like Pickett, because he had time not to even do that. Like dude gave up. Pickett gave up.
Over him and fine.
Yeah.
As a former safety, I would rate him the least. I would actually, if needed be, put Defoe out there over him.
So you're like me now. So that's
Defoe, for what he lacks in coverage skills, he will hit. And I think if you want somebody to finish the play, Defoe's going to finish the play.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I don't think the problem is none of them is really a good cover one deep safety.
I agree with you too.
Quan's the best out of the group.
Yeah.
But Percy, for all the speed he has, doesn't have good eyes.
There you go. So
Defoe doesn't have the closing speed, but he has the finish.
Yeah.
None of them are true cover one deep safeties. And I think that's something in the offseason that the team will look for. But if you're talking about doing that, I think you got to find a way to get Defoe on the field. Yeah. Because I think Defoe would help you as the kind of that third linebacker and keep Chin back. Keep Chin back. Have him downhill where he can cover that tight end if needed, and he can cover Bijan going on the outside because he would tackle. And I think that would help a lot of problems in this game, having Defoe out there over Percy. But Quan could cover an emergency if they needed.
Yeah. I'm just like I know after the bye, Defoe got a lot of the burn after the bye.
Yeah, like
that New Orleans game, he got a lot of burn.
The Saints game.
Yeah, he got a lot of burn in the Saints game. And I think he was playing over Butler. He was playing over Butler.
Right.
And then now the following game, the Eagles game, he didn't. Like that went back to Percy. And I was like, and my mom, like, Percy still the same issues with Percy still has the same issues that he's had throughout his tenure here. And I I love Percy's speed. Like I'm enamored with it too. I was enamored with it too. But speed is good, but if you ain't doing nothing with it, it ain't anything. You know what I mean? And I met the kid. He's a solid, nice kid. But I just, in terms of, his play on the football field, he gets lost a lot. You know what I mean? And that's something he had with the old regime and this regime as well.
I think it's his eyes, and his eyes aren't the best. And then he tries to use his speed as a recovery, which you can't do in the NFL because if you're 1 second late, you're a second late.
Yeah. So
that's gonna be tough, but I think they have enough bodies back there to find ways. And I think Joe Witt is going to come up with a system that we're not expecting to make Penix have to think.
Yeah. Paul has another question. He says, is cornerback Charles Gray still on the practice squad?
He is. He is. He could be a call up. I'll do that in the morning. But He is still on the practice squad. They released what's the kicker's name? He just signed.
Oh yeah, trash. I know.
Yeah. So that's who. There's a spot. Gray is still on the practice squad. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What did Paul said? Paul said, this is a pinch. Play Defoe and Chin.
I mean, they will hit.
Ooh. What about this? What about this, Felix? Before I like this. What about this? I would play Reeves at safety before I play Percy at safety. It's glaring watching him live. He hits, but he runs around lost so many times. What about Reeves? I mean, Jeremy wasn't bad in coverage either. But
right. I mean, he would play safety the correct way. He would.
Yes.
He would. Whatever the play calls for, Reeves would be there. And, and Reeves is not a bad safety by any stretch of the imagination. If you go back and look at his film at A&M, he was a very good deep safety. So he's often overlooked. I think Reeves could go out there and be fine.
That's not a bad one, actually.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I didn't think about Reeves. I've just put Reeves as a specialist at teams. He's being an all-pro teams player. But that's not a bad one, Taj. I like that one, actually. I do like that one.
Good thought, Taj.
That's a good one. Taj also said Louisville is having an all-pro year. Love what him and Wagner is doing. Love how Witt is using both of them. If people really watch with their football lives and not name watch, I dare people to name 3 linebackers that is having a better year than Louisville. Louisville's having a great year, man. He's my tribal chief. So.
I think they I think Louisville has been so underrated across the league. And I think they nailed that pick because I said that this was going to be his defense in a couple years. I think they re-signed Bobby Wagner, give him another year or two. This is Louisville's defense, and they're going to build this defense around Louisville's skill set. And you can see how much he's used, where he lines up. It's fun to watch. Just see where he is on any given play. But he does so much: rushing the passer, in coverage, run stopping. He's always around the ball. You can tell he's the emotional leader of the defense already, and they kind of react off his energy. So I think that was one of the underrated signings, and he's underrated plus to me. And if you watch Bobby Wagner play, like Bobby is, I mean, at his age to do what he's doing, like it's sick, and it's not like he's not being physically overwhelmed. Now, that Saquon wheel route. And that's just great play design. I mean whatever. Everyone gotta say.
It's like him. You don't want him. Like to your point, you don't want him one-on-one to beat John on a play like that.
Right. You don't want him on that play. I mean, that's kind of how it worked out. But if you watch the way he ran fit that game and the things he does, it's tremendous. So I think a linebacking core, we have linebackers. It's amazing to see. I mean, this team used to go out there with at linebacker.
Bostic.
Bostic was at the end. Bostic was actual linebacker. But when you're going out there with
what's the name of dude?
He's in Denver now.
He ain't playing that bad in Denver, which is wild to me. He's got like a bunch of pick sixes and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Cody Barton. I know.
Yeah, Cody Barton. Right. Cody Barton was out
Mayo
there.
Barton.
Yeah, he was out there looking like a turnstile, or a traffic cone. But like it's different to see with linebackers and usage. And then Chen theoretically is your third linebacker. You see the plays he make, and he's a physical specimen. So I think the defense is going well. But Louisville's in all-pro consideration for what he's done. Now, will he get it? I don't know. But he's definitely in that consideration for all the stuff he's done this season.
Yeah, it's been great. But Paul said, we figured he'd be out. We figured
that's not a shot.
That's not a shot. I think I saw some of the Diami's out, but I haven't got any confirmation. I think I saw it on somebody referred that Diami being out. I haven't seen anything yet, so I'm not going to confirm it, but I think I've seen that out there on X. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I haven't been on my X thing strong looking at who's out and who's in, so I'm just not that person. Wiley out. What? Oh yeah, Diami out. Yeah, Diami's out. Oh, Wiley and Diami's out. Sheesh. Yeah, he out. Diami out.
Lucas finished that game. Lucas is fine at right tackle.
I mean, I like
that's not actually, you know, in all sincerity. I mean, that's not.
I like Lucas more. I'm not gonna lie to you. So.
I mean, Lucas is more better. It's more athletic.
Just saying.
So I mean, you lose your swing tackle, which makes Trent Scott your swing tackle. But he was gonna be like, you don't lose much of Trent because Trent comes in as your sixth blocker anyway. You go heavy, so I think that actually kind of works out good for them. That you know, Lucas is there.
All right, I'm with you. We got a question from Taj. And Taj, you got a lot of questions. All right, what's your feeling about Fowler? He's playing against the run. His play against the run has gotten better, which is C right now. And with his pass rush ability, is Fowler a long-term solution at that spot? I can see his number going higher to resign at the end of the season. He got 9.5 sacks.
Yeah, he's at 9.5.
I mean, I don't know how high. He's 30 years old, 9.5 sacks.
I mean, if he
how high
becomes your pass rush specialist, I think they give him a decent offer, probably 2 years. 2 years with a possible third with decent money and see if he likes it. If not, they have money to go attract somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think Fowler's found his fit in the defense. He is running better. He's not just chasing the stats. One of them 4th down stops was all him, and I can't think of which game it was. But he had 2 very bad roughing the passer calls in the
last game, right?
That was the New Orleans game where he had he grazed the helmet, and I get it by the letter of the law, whatever.
Yeah, the helmet one I get because they always call that crap. Like I don't like today's NFL.
Second one, I hate it for life. That's just bad. Yeah. But I think he's overall playing better, and he knows how to produce sacks when they matter. Yeah. Remember the 3rd down sack yesterday, on Sunday, when Eagles have a chance to score a touchdown, and he comes and he finishes the play. So often we've had ends that do a good job but don't finish that play.
He finishes.
Fowler finishes the play. So I think probably to answer your question, Taj, probably 2 years with a 3rd-year option. With decent amount of money, I think he pays because I think he likes he likes Tap. He likes Joe Witt, and a lot of players like the Joe Witt scheme, the Dan Quinn scheme, where a lot of the players love Tap. If you see after the game, a lot of players come up to Tap.
Oh, Tap's awesome, man.
So I think you find where you get a good fit, and I think Fowler stays, unless some team jumps up there with some exorbitant number, and he just wants to cash out. He doesn't come across as that type of guy. Just talking with him, he's real, just kind of chill. I think this is I think he's just looking for a good situation to be him.
Taj, you got a whole rack of questions. I know he's like, wait, whoa, I got another question. I know you do. You got 100 questions right now. Paul said McGee out and Owens are out. Damn, we got a lot of bodies out.
Yeah, I mean it's week. It's the 16th.
Chocolate City, baby, we back. Yeah, we back. The city back. It's popping right now. But
a lot of bodies out. I mean, this is that time of year. Like, everyone's kind of nicked up. Everyone's kind of beat up. You just gotta find ways, and those are some of your special teamers. So you gotta make sure your special teams are really tight with me. And now with McGee being out and Owens, Defoe's gonna have a lot of burn.
On teams, you mean?
A lot of burn. On defense, I'm talking about on. Like,
okay,
defense.
All right, okay.
I think because McGee's out and Owens is out, I think Defoe comes in and is going to play that maybe help with that third linebacker.
I like that. I like that.
Or you bring Chin down and have Chin do it and Defoe play back. Like, you have options.
Yeah,
you have options.
Yeah. Chin's physical.
That's like, if you look at Chin, not to judge men, but his neck is just
that thing is crazy.
Massive.
I'm gonna hold you. Pause. That shit. Let me see my. Yeah, I'm cursing. That shit crazy.
I interviewed him. I'm like, God, dang. Like,
I feel like he is way paused. He's way bigger than he was in Carolina.
Yeah, but right? But he can move though. That's
I know that, but it's crazy. Like I don't remember him being like.
Because you remember our boy. What's our boy name? He used to lift weights and got caught and kicked out the league. Oh, LSU boy. The one that got burned on the D-Jax touchdown. Landry.
Oh, Landry.
Yeah, Landry.
He looked like, that's what you kind of remind me of.
He couldn't move. Like,
Landry couldn't move. He got too strong. He couldn't move anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Landry. Yeah, Landry could. Yeah, he got too strong, but he couldn't move. anymore. Period. He said the Macho Man that Savage. Yeah, like he convert that dude. Like he definitely. You know what I don't like about? I like Chin. So this is not a knock on Chin. I do like Chin. I said I want to resign. I want Chin to be back here. Yo, he don't locate the ball really well though.
I think you're judging off that one play.
Oh, it's a couple. I have a couple.
If you're judging off the Saints play,
that the Saints one, even the one, the Saints, the Cowboys game where St-Juste got beat, but he was there to have his back. He just couldn't locate right at the end of the half, right before the half ended.
Okay.
Yeah, he could have got that joint. The joint, I ain't gonna lie, even the joint. Who was the one back in Lattimore when Lattimore got beat?
That was Quan.
That's Quan. All right, that wasn't him.
Quan.
But there was another one too before that. Like the way, like it's not like again. This is not. I'm just gonna sound like I'm throwing shade to St-Juste. It ain't bad to St-Juste though. But it's just I feel like because I won't say Chin panics. I'm just saying that he don't locate as well as I thought he did when he was in Carolina. In Carolina, I thought he was a little bit more versatile in terms of being that safety who can pick you up. Here he's just, to me, I love his physicality. So that's the one thing I'm never gonna knock. His physicality is just something, obviously as guys who watch Sean Taylor, even LaRon Landry when he was here and before he got too jacked.
Right.
Like I respected that type of player. So I respect Chin, but I would like him to locate the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, his ball skills aren't the best. That's why I do think they look for a deep safety with ball skills.
Yeah.
In the off seasons in some either free agency or draft. I think that's one thing Joe Witt wants in his defense.
What safety do you think? I mean, draft or free agency? What safety are you kind of eyeing in? What kind of safety? Do you have a safety in mind or?
No, I've been looking more offense.
Okay.
I've been looking more offense. Who they need to get in offense? They need to get a tight end. Got to get a right tackle. You need a wide receiver too.
Yeah.
I think the first round will dictate if they go wide receiver in the first round or something like that. But that's kind of down the road. But I do think for Joe Witt, his two biggest needs are a deep cover safety is one, and then the cornerback.
Got you.
Because I think
because Lattimore's pretty set.
Lattimore's there, and you have Mikey. You just need one more. But that cover one safety, that deep safety,
that's what I'm saying. Like that safety
would unlock so much more.
So now you're gonna have me thinking about which safety's gonna be out there though, because now that's the one I agree with the safety thing.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of which safety would be out there because I'm cool. Because I like Quan. I think Quan is gonna be this fantastic. He's already booked in for me. I'm just like Quan.
Yeah.
I like Chin, but I'm with you though. I do think there needs to be a guy who can clean you up easier.
Yeah, you got to have that one guy that's just going to
clean you up. Yeah, exactly.
And they're quite missing that because there's, like you said, there's probably 6 to 8 interceptions that the team's left out there.
Yeah, I
just
agree.
Imagine like if you have those turnovers. The Cowboys, what was it, 2 years ago when they were just getting all those interceptions? It covered up a lot.
A lot of the flaws, bro.
Because they intercept the ball and give it to their team and their offense in a good position. So it was a 2-for-1 thing. So, and that was Dan Quinn's defense. So you got it. Those turnovers are massive, and Washington has to get more of them on defense.
All right. So Todd said, I'm gonna get to your question too, Paul. She said Chin struggles locating the ball, but at least he can cover. Like what Felix said, he can hang with tight ends. He can. The past ages we had couldn't cover anyone.
Think of a tight end that had a good game against Washington. Name one this season. Can't.
You really should. That's a good one.
Think about it. In the past,
I can't even think of one for real. It's always been wide receivers. It's been wide receivers now. It's been wide receiver one that's been getting us.
Think about it. So
that's a good point, man. That's a good one. That's actually
a testament to Chin. You can't name a tight end that had a good game against Washington.
That's a very good point. I'm really trying to think about this. I haven't really usually tight ends really kill us. That's like the thing.
Remember, heck, for the years, Ertz used to do it.
Ertz would kill us to give us the business. Yeah. Even Goddard used to give us some business.
And Jason Witten, all those type guys would just eat all day.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I can't think of one. Because even like the Rams, the Cardinals got a good one, McBride, and he didn't give us the business.
McBride didn't do much.
Didn't do nothing.
I honestly don't think McBride did much against Washington.
No, he doesn't against us. He didn't do nothing against us. For real.
A matter of fact, let me look it up.
That's a good point, Felix. I can't think of one, bro. Yeah. Played the Cowboys, nobody in the Giants. For the Steelers, nobody for the Steelers, no tight end from the Steelers. Yeah, Andrews didn't do anything for real. Likely didn't do anything for real. Not that was Derrick Henry. Because that was more wide receivers. That was Zay and Bateman giving us the business.
Let's see. McBride.
Cleveland, no. But we blew him out. So that's why I think there could be dummy stats. Because I don't really look at that McBride did anything against us for real. Because we blew them out. Like that wasn't even competitive.
McBride may not even have played when we played.
Yeah, maybe. But you're right. I don't remember any.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I don't remember any tight end doing anything against us. And I'm usually really good at picking tight. Like I'm on it with the tight end because I'm like that used to be my number one. Like, who going to check this tight end?
And then I think the best game you probably can go for a tight end would be Baltimore. And I think Andrews. I don't even think Andrews had.
He didn't do nothing. It was Bateman and Zay that killed us.
Yeah,
Bateman, Zay, and Henry. That's who killed us and beat more.
Yeah,
because St-Juste was getting worked by Bateman. I remember this game.
I don't think Frymouth had much either.
No, you're right. I'm actually you're totally right. Like that was more.
Matter of fact, I'm looking at the Steelers game. Frymouth had Darnell Washington had one catch for 6 yards, and Frymouth had 3 catches for 17 yards.
Yeah,
he had a touchdown, but
that's like a play act. That's not a
that's a
touchdown
sort of thing. But
one
3
touchdown,
17 yards.
Yeah, Paul said one tight end touchdown. Yeah, that one the Giants. That was the one tight. He had that one touchdown. Yeah, it's not like. But to your point, tight ends aren't dominating this team. I do remember that touchdown for the Giants. That fluke.
Yeah, Mark Andrews had 3 for 66. That would be the best
one. But that's Mark Andrews, so I don't really.
And likely only had 22 for 27.
Bro, it used to be open season when the tight end was checked. Like for real, it was an open season.
I still remember Jimmy Graham coming up here and
So to your point.
It was
he deserves the flowers. Chin deserves flowers.
Yeah.
So let's get into some of the keys. Felix, what are your keys for the Commanders to get a victory over the Atlanta Falcons?
Get back to the offense possessing the ball more. Those longer drives that we're having the first part of the season, which lends itself to running the ball better. I think having Lucas out there helps. Running the ball downhill, getting B-Rob and McNichols and Rodriguez carries. That's 1. 2, contain Bijan. Make someone else beat you. Make Penix have to move his feet when he throws. I think that's those 2 things in Washington can win. Now Atlanta's not a slouch. Atlanta's been up and down. But Atlanta has a lot to play for. And Washington has to understand they're playing for a division. So they're going to come in. They're not rolling over. So Washington needs to do what it needs to do, but ball control on offense, run the ball better, get consistent long drives, and contain Bijan. Make Bijan a non-factor and make Penix have to beat you through the air and make him have to repeatedly do it. And I think that you're going to play a lot of off, make him see if he's patient, go underneath, see those type things. I think those are my 2 keys to victory for Washington. Sunday.
Paul has a question. He says, do y'all think 5 got to be special again this game to beat the Falcons? I don't know. Got to be special to beat the Falcons.
I don't think he has to be special, but if he has a game like he did Sunday, they'll win.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I want to say moxie. He's like a point guard. He's never good point guards. Never get flustered. They're always there. Right where you need to be. I don't think he needs to be special. He doesn't have to have a 5 touchdown game. I'll take a 5 touchdown game. I'm not greedy. I won't say no. But if Jaden just knows when to push the button, just know when to push the button when it's time. And I think he does. I think he knows when it's game time, when it's winning time, versus it's the first quarter. Okay, we can chop it up. So he doesn't have to be all world, but he needs to be solid.
Yeah. I like bright lights, Jaden, man. I mean, I just think the bright lights on Sunday Night Football. I think you'll get the best that you'll get a high level player, Jaden. The stars come out; they come out bright when it's prime time. I think Jaden is one of them. He's a bright star.
You saw him in that Monday night game.
Exactly.
Game, he never blinked. He never blinked.
Yeah, and this game has a lot of implications, right? You win type of game. So I just believe that, if we just go over track record, Jaden just one of them. So I don't.
My adage is you win Sunday. You don't make the Cowboy game have to be winning.
Yes, exactly.
You win on Sunday, so you're in, and then you're playing with house money. If the Packers lose Sunday, then it's like, all right, we can fight for the 6th seed on next week and see what happens. But we already be in. I already know you're in, and then let the chips fall where they may.
Facts, man. I totally agree with you.
Don't wait to the end.
So some of the keys on X, my man Christian said, make Penix uncomfortable, get the run game going. Joe Shore said, blitz Penix, do 2-minute offense the whole game. Let Jayden cook like Peyton with the Colts back in the day. They're different, but okay. The Burgundy Ghost said, stop the run, pressure Penix, don't turn the ball over. What else? What else the folks put in? All right, yeah. What else folks put in? DC Homer Sports said, offense, protect Jayden, run game has to get going. Big game for T-Mac. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm starting to become a T-Mac McLaurin. I thought he was talking about somebody else. Defense, the Lattimore, with Lattimore out, secondary going to step up their game versus London and Mooney. Run defense has to show up on this important matchup. No excuses versus Bijan. All in. All both sides have to be consistent. So let me ask you this question, Felix. Man, what threat does Michael Penix pose for the Commanders, bro? This is his second game. First game wasn't spectacular. Threw a pick, I think 202 yards passing. What kind of threat does he pose to this thing?
I think he has a lot of traits that Jayden has. He's very calm. He doesn't get rattled, but like you said, this is game 2. So first game, he wasn't asked to do much. Yeah. The Falcons essentially sat there and said, the Giants will beat themselves.
Facts.
So the Giants beat themselves. All right, keep going. Yeah. They'll beat themselves. Yes. Thank you, Giants. They gave him 2 pick sixes.
Yeah.
The pressure is way off. He was at home. He was in a dome. Now you got to go outside. Now, granted, he played at University of Washington, which I had to help some young fan on X, because they didn't understand Washington State and Washington, D.C. are 2 different places. It's bad. Well,
yeah, I heard it's a thing now. It's crazy.
So he did play outside, but you played outside on the turf in the Pac-12. Now you're playing outside of the NFC East in December. The defense needs to make him understand that and hit him. Hit him a few times, make his feet move, and see how he reacts. Because we already understand what happens when Jayden gets hit.
Yes.
We've seen Jayden get up. We've seen Jayden make the plays. We've seen Jayden get away. We've seen Jayden not panic. We haven't seen that from Penix yet. And for all the marbles, this is only his second game, and they have playoffs riding on this. So it's not like it's September and it's early in the season. The Falcons need to win. Yeah. Make sure they stay ahead of Tampa Bay. So there's pressure on him. So you need to increase the pressure with
Very good point. Very good point.
Everyone's like, well, it's the second game. No, there's playoffs. And he may not show it, but you got to say, like, oh, my God, I can win the division.
Yeah.
Or, I can get these guys to the playoffs. That's a lot more pressure than walking into a September game or a November game, like, let's say, Bryce Young, who Carolina did bad, but now he's playing well. Season's already over. So there's no pressure.
There's no pressure, just playing.
Like, a mistake, an interception matters more now. A fumble matters more now. So everything comes higher stakes. So I think he does have some good poise. I liked him coming out on Washington. I think everybody was afraid of the knees, which was quite understandable. Mm-hmm. But he was able to sit and watch and see things, how they operated, and not have the pressure. And now he's in, but now the pressure's to a higher level because playoffs are on the line now. It's Sunday Night Football now. You're playing a team. You're not playing the Giants. You're playing a team that has 10 wins with the Rookie of the Year quarterback. So now I got to step my game up. Does he press himself? Does he try to make throws he shouldn't make? So I think he has some good transferable skills, but I think Washington needs to put some heat on his head and make him feel like, hey, this is a different game. We're not the New York Giants. We're playing for something. You're going to have to play some ball here. And I don't know if he's ready for that moment in that spotlight.
Hey, what's up, Mike? Yeah, some Taj had his keys, and I'm going to talk about what you were referring to. I like your point. Taj, keys establishing that run is even if it doesn't work, don't like Jaden just dropping back. Our front seven needs to control. Number two, our front seven needs to control the game, control the run, and pressure and control the down and distance. 3, special teams keep doing what you're doing. Win the field of possession battle. Love the coverage and Luke in the return game, man. Luke has been amazing in the return game. Yeah. Paul said, to be honest, this game is more about us putting a full game together. Agree with that. Paul also put it in there. Shout out to my Wolverines. Well, they just do what the Wolverines did get him off his spot. All right, so that's the thing.
Oh, man, Wale ain't talked to Wolverines to me all season.
Oh, look, man, because Texas did us dirty. So listen.
Hey, I told you what was coming. Though.
Hey, man, we did it, but look, my season was great. I won my Super Bowl. We beat Ohio State.
Hey,
so
I know
you can't tell me nothing. I don't care about any game but that game. We can't tell me nothing. All right, so that's the thing. Like, Mikey is familiar with this dude. Obviously, what Mikey did with this dude in the bowl game. But that's just being funny. I'm just being petty with that. But the truth be told, like, yeah, you got to put pressure on him. He's not the same quarterback when you get him off his spot. That's just what it is. His threat, real talk, is keep the bean. He throws a beautiful deep ball. Like, that thing is real. Like, that is his thing. So you got to take that away from him. Everything else in terms of his out routes are pretty good too. Like, he throws a nice out route. But keep everything, funnel him into the middle. I think you'll get a chance to funnel him to the middle, and then you got opportunity for him to turn the ball over. But the most important thing, again, is like putting pressure on him, get him off his spot. If you get his feet shifting, moving, if you watch that bowl game, you see what he can do, like in terms of turning the football over. It's not like Jaden. Jaden can maneuver out pressure and can make a big play, extend plays, make a big play. The composure is still there with Jaden Daniels. We've seen that in the SEC. We've seen that in the NFL. With Michael Penix, the only time he got to see true pressure when he played Michigan, because that's a good reference, right? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good reference. Is where when his wide receivers weren't getting open off the rip, and the NFL is not, you're not gonna get college open often. Like, right. That doesn't happen. That's not a thing. Like, if you get him off his spot, he gets rattled. You know what I'm saying? So, and even like, again, they played the Giants. The Giants beat themselves. Now you're going against a team, Sunday Night Football. There's pressure on both parties, right? Washington wins. They're going to play with an extra, a different set of intensity is going to be there. Right. And on the flip side, when you're looking at the Falcons, this is it. Like, the Cowboys did them a favor by beating the Bucs. So now they feel like their chances to make the postseason is up here. So, like, there's pressure on a rookie quarterback to say, damn, I got to get these guys. We got to get us in. The margin for error for us is slim. Jaden, the margin error is not as slim, but there's still pressure, right? But it's not as slim. But for Penix, there's a lot of pressure. It's almost like a bowl, you win, you're out type of thing, like the bowl game. This is your chance to win the national championship. Well, this is your chance to get into the postseason. You got to win. So I feel, to your point, Felix, there's a lot of pressure on him. Yeah,
because I think, and we're talking about the college, reason Texas lost to them is we didn't get enough pressure on Penix.
Yep.
And when the times we did,
we
turned the ball over.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny, but we didn't generate enough pressure. Y'all did, and that's why y'all won.
Yeah.
And so I think Washington getting enough pressure. I mean, I'm run blitzing. I'm finding where Bijan is, and I'm hitting Bijan on the way to Penix. Make him have to move. I'm just going to keep hitting 7 on the way to Penix. And I don't even know what number Penix is, and run into him. I can't remember. I was going to say 8. That's Pitts.
Yeah. Actually, it's on the thumbnail. I should know the number.
I don't know. Well,
let me see the number.
But
it's 9. It's 9.
9. I felt like it was somewhere in there. You just hit 7 on the way to 9, and that's something my football coach said today. Hit the running back into him. Just go to him, and I think moving him off his feet will allow Washington to win this game. If he stands still, he has an arm, and he can make those throws.
Yeah,
standing still, but you have to move him off his line, and that's what they're going to have to do. Atlanta's line is not the most solid.
No, it's not. Yeah.
So you're going to just create some pressure. Just generate some pressure. Throw some blitzes at him. See how he reacts. And if he makes a couple plays off the blitzes, throw different blitzes at him. Keep confusing him.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a good key as well.
Yeah, Mike, we talked about this. Yeah, we're glad that Allen, this is going to be a boost of energy for the team. Mike said Louisville will have a ball with going after Phoenix. I think, yeah, Louisville's a key. I think Doris Armstrong's the key. I think obviously Dante Fowler is the key. I do think the edges, setting the edges and kind of like with containment and getting pressure that way and collapsing the pocket will do a lot for this team. I think that's when you will get, if you can collapse the pocket, not just like getting reckless pressure, but if you can collapse the pocket and get him off his spot, I think you'll have him throwing the ball off balance, and that's going to get a situation where you can get picks that way. I just think there's a lot you can do, but you got to do it correctly. You can't be reckless. If you give him time, though, let's keep it. We all keep him the beam. If you give him time with, Drake London and Mooney, who's a good route. Mooney's a good route runner.
Yeah.
You give him time, he can get you deep. Like, that boy, he does throw a nice deep ball. That's one thing he does. He throws, and it's one of the best deep balls I've seen, period, in a long time. Like, it is on stride. It is on the money. So if you give him time, he can get you. So I just feel like to everybody in the chat, when they're talking about get constant pressure on him, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think that's the key. You just got to make him reset his feet, make him have to throw under pressure. Mm-hmm. And just attack downhill. And I think the crowd would be a big help because, like I said, that's a dome team.
Yeah,
outside in December. That's your advantage. Your advantage is playing that outside weather. You played in the cold last week, so you should be fine with the elements. He has to play. Like I said, he played in college, but the college is not the NFL.
Yeah,
and so you got to play in those moments, playing those elements. That's your advantage. Make that dome team have to get down and dirty.
No, I'm with you, bro.
That's your advantage.
Yeah. What did he say, Mike, before? Like I said, Penix will throw in tight spots because that's him, and hopefully we will get turnovers. Yeah, but it's gonna be different because again, it's not gonna. You're not Roma Duze and company. It's a little different. It's a little different. Roma Duze in Washington was something nasty, and he's nasty in the NFL too.
He's nasty in the NFL, so that lends itself to the whole.
Yeah, so it lets you know. But hey, Felix, before I let you go, man, how can folks catch you on social media, bro? And how can they get your content as well for Fox?
You can follow me on B Commander 2407, Bless Commander on IG. A lot of my work's there. YouTube as well. You can go on 1340 AM foxsports.com. You can read my content there. I will be at the game this week. I'll be in Dallas next week.
Awesome, bro.
I'll be at the playoff game wherever it may be.
Awesome.
So just follow me. Love to talk it up, chop it up. All things Commanders and other things.
My man, Felix, man. Appreciate you, my man. Thanks for doing this, man. Dope, man. And the people love you, so it's awesome. That's even better. All right, bro. You take it easy, man. Happy holidays to you. If I don't see you, Happy New Year too, bro.
Yeah, same to you, brother.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, man. Felix, man. Cool guy, man. Awesome, man. Great content. Make sure you check him out on Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM, 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. Great content. Great Commanders content. But yeah, I hope we don't really foul this up. You know what I mean? I'm not giving any disrespect to Atlanta because they're also desperate too as well. But I just hope we handle ours. That's all. I want to handle ours. We handle ours, I think we'll be okay. Something Paul said, we play a full. This game is about Washington playing a full game. I totally agree with Paul said. He will throw, yeah. Penix will definitely throw the St-Juste, man. We know what time it is with Penix. He'll throw the St-Juste. What time I say? Just because the Eagles fans have been acting like gumps, I hope they lose this week and we win just so they can be anxious next week. Me too. I'm not going. That's a good point. So because I think Jalen Hurts is probably not going to play this week. Yeah, man. The Eagles fans, they really in their feelings about that loss. They really they still are on it. I'm seeing it on X. You know what I'm saying? I saw it on YouTube after a post-game show. They really are still on this thing, bro. It's over. Move on. I've moved on. You know what I'm saying? I wonder, will this hurt their season like we did to the Chicago Bears? I'm getting that vibe because they're really emotional. If you're you got coaches trying to go at Zach Ertz, you know what I'm saying? They real emotional right now. I ain't gonna hold you. Aren't y'all getting Chicago Bears vibes a little bit? That loss may have ruined their season. Folks are really hurt. It's all right, though. Washington's okay. We got the win, so it is what it is. We're good. Jaden did it again. So, hey, They are, yeah, bro. They real worried. I'm like, hey, y'all that much? I thought we trash. Yeah, I'm getting the Chicago Bears vibes. Like we ruined their season type of thing, bro. Like, cause they really like I thought the Bears fans were like a little extra, but like I'm feeling like Eagle fans they've been on one. They've been on one after the loss. Yeah, for real. Really fragile, bro. Like, guess you don't got no Super Bowl contenders anymore, huh? Like, cause it's wild. I know that we're talking about the Falcons, but I'm gonna talk about this. Like, y'all think like now Jalen Hurts is something that you talk about. Like, we had Jalen Hurts, but before that, y'all was trashing the dude. I don't even get that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, see, not garbage. Y'all got it. Look at the stats. He ain't garbage. Look at his stats. His stats aren't garbage. That old line sucks, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because we like Jaden doesn't mean the other person sucks. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Sometimes we go over the top. Like, I think Caleb has thrown like 19 touchdowns and 6 picks. That's not garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, garbage quarterbacks don't do that. Like, he's in a situation where they're just dysfunctional over there in Chicago. I ain't gonna hold you. That's just not the right place for him. But yeah, like, just because one quarterback is good, just like Drake May. Drake May is good. He just said he ain't Jaden. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you ain't somebody don't make you garbage. I think we kind of get like that when we talk about quarterback, like, because we favor somebody. Nah, he ain't garbage, bro. Stats don't say he's garbage, bro. He's had good games. This team is garbage, though. But yeah, let's go into you should look at the stats, Mike, before we say garbage, because that's like extreme. Like, do you watch every Chicago Bears game? Yeah, there are levels. Thank you. There are levels. That's the point. There are levels, not garbage. There are levels to it. Like, I feel like Jaden is playing at such a high level that he's right there, and everybody else is right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you looked at a Drake May game, you know he good, just because he don't got the same amount of talent. You know what I'm saying? You know, watch Caleb game. That old line is trash. That ain't on him. That's a team game. Was Peyton Manning garbage his rookie year? And he threw a lot of interceptions and they suck. That ain't garbage. He ain't garbage. The team ain't good. The defense is giving up a rack of points. They started off real well. Now they suck. It's okay. I respect that. Mike, I respect you, bro. I respect you, bro. Mike, you know I respect you, bro. So it is what it is, bro. You know I respect you. But you know what? Let's not talk about Caleb. We're talking about this team. We got to stay positive. Mike can bring you back in. Let's talk about this team. Embrace this team. This team, Mike. All right, so let's go into like some over-unders, y'all. Let's do this, man. Over-unders, man, for the gambling folks. I need to gamble again. I don't gamble anymore. I used to be a vicious gambler back in the day. All right, prop bets, over-under, man. All right, Zach Ertz, y'all. Getting 37.5 receiving yards, over-under. I'm going to say, because he ain't no catches last game. I'm going to say over 37.5 receiving yards. Over-under. I'm going to let y'all go. Come on. Which one? Paul, Mike, who in there? Taj, who else I got? What you get? Taj? Under? Taj got under. Paul, under. All right, so I'm going to go over. All right, all the talk about Jayden Daniels breaking the rushing record. Over, under, Jayden Daniels, 47.5 rushing yards. Mike, you with me? That's what I'm talking about, Mike. We went from not being on the same team to the same team, Mike. That's what I'm talking about. See how that worked, Mike? We on the same team again. All right, over under. Jayden Daniels, 47.5 rushing yards. Over under. Where we at? Come on, where we at? Oh, Mike, you got over? Yeah, I got over too. I think Jayden gonna run wild. Over, I got over. By the first, okay, over. Yeah, I like that. Over. I think Jayden gets about 70-something yards for real. What you got, Taj? I'm gonna wait on you, Taj. If you still watch, I can wait on you. Why are you shaking your head at me, Mike? I thought we were good. We're good. All right, Taj, take too long, man. I gotta go to the next one, Taj. You're gonna take this long. Over under, Taj, 47.5 rushing yards, Jayden. Don't make me leave you, Taj. I'm about to leave you now. All right. Brian Robinson Jr., rushing yards. Over under 64.5 rushing yards. Brian Robinson Jr. Over under 54.5 rushing yards. You going under? Okay, Paul, you got under. Okay. I mean, Taj, under. Got you. Taj, under. All right. I feel you. All right. Respect that. I think you're getting over, though, but I got you. Over. Everybody, over. All right. Over. All right, we together. Yes, we together. That's what I'm talking about. I love when the team work together. You know what I'm saying? Mike, I still love you, bro. I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Happy New Year's to everybody out here in this chat. I'm gonna have a show before New Year's. Let me think. Yeah, I am. We got yeah, we're gonna have actually we're gonna have a show after before New Year's. I ain't gonna say Happy New Year's yet. Terry over 60 yards. Yeah, Terry should. Man, but I think they're gonna double Terry, man. All these receivers are out. You know what? What is what you know what? I'm gonna throw one. Where is my man? Is he hurt? Where is my man Chris McCaffrey? Let me see. Luke McCaffrey. What is his prop bet? I'm gonna look that up right now. Luke. That's the one I should do. McCaffrey. Prop bet. Where's Luke McCaffrey? Let's do that, man. Luke McCaffrey receiving yards. Let's do this. All right. What they got Luke getting? I don't got Luke getting nothing. Is he even registered on this joint? I don't even see Luke. Oh, I don't see Luke. Anybody see Luke McCaffrey's out here? What would Luke be? You my guy, bro. You know you my guy. All right. I'll just make one up because I don't see it. Over under Luke McCaffrey getting 20 yards receiving. I think Luke going over. I think Luke's gonna have an over. I think he's going over 20 yards receiving. I think Luke will give me about a good. I think it's gonna be Luke's breakout game. You know what? I like that. Yeah, that's true. They're gonna move Terry around so they can't. You know what? True that. I respect that. Over 20? I think so too. Over 20? I think so. I think it's gonna be Luke's best game. I'm getting that Luke vibe right now. Yeah, he's gonna return the ball. He's gonna return. He'll get us some good field position. But I think it's gonna be a good Luke game in terms of catching the football. Kind of have that vibe. Crowder, I can see that. 50. Yeah. I think he'll get like 40 yards and a touchdown. 50 is pretty good. Over 50 though? Okay, I'm with that. I think Crowder's getting a touchdown. I'll say that much. I think Crowder gets a touchdown. I don't know about the yardage though. I think Crowder gets a touchdown. I think definitely get a touchdown. What we got those? I'm gonna say. I hate to say it. I'm gonna say under on Terry. Oh yeah. I think Terry may get. I don't know. I think people want to get Terry. I don't know. That's a tough. I think Terry gets 100 yards this game. I do think. I think this is Jaden on prime time. Terry, he on one. Well, depends. I'll say this: if AJ Terrell talking trash to Terry gonna go ham. Folks don't less than any cornerback out there. Don't talk to Terry. Leave him alone. Matter of fact, buy him something. Like buy him a gift or something. Because when you make Terry mad, he goes on one for real. So word to wise, if you're a cornerback out there, don't talk to Terry. Because when you talk to Terry, you get worked. You really do. You get worked. All right, y'all. About time to close this. Oh, hold on. We got KJ, a very extreme bet. KJ Osborne. Man, stop. Todd, stop. Paul, don't. Well, he should play if Diamond doesn't play. So I'll give you that. Yeah, you're right. Once you get Terry mad, he plays better. Yeah, Terry be the incredible Hulk out there, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Once you talk to that man, he played better. Some people you want to get mad because they don't concentrate well. Terry's the type of dude you do not want to talk to, talk ill about because he turns up when he get mad. Like he definitely turns up. All right, y'all. About time to close this thing out. Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Tune into our Commanders Falcons recap show. I'm going to have Sports Journeys Lake Lewis Jr. join me for that pregame show on Monday at 4 p.m. So make sure you pull up. Hopefully it's a Commanders win. It'll be streaming live on our YouTube, X, IG, and Facebook account. So make sure you pull up. Hey, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Also follow us on X at Urban Sports Scene, IG at Urban Sports Scene. I like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Also follow us on TikTok at Urban Sports Scene as well. Make sure to subscribe to our Urban Sports and YouTube channel. Hit that red subscribe button and like this video. Good show, man. Appreciate you, man. More jollof rice for the kids, man. Yeah, if he played well, man, he getting that jollof rice, bro. I may go over to Northwest Stadium and kind of go deliver the joint because I can make a mean jollof rice. I say, hey, bro, it's for you. Here you go. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. Over under how many? You know what? Hey, y'all, real talk. Mike, hey, over under. St-Juste getting 3 penalties. I'm going to go over. I think he gets 3. What y'all got? That's a good one. Over under St-Juste gets 3 penalties. He gets I think he over 3 penalties. 2 holdings, 3 holdings, 1 PI. Over, right? Oh yeah, he gets 4. I know. Paul says, yeah. He gets 4, bro. He can't help it, man. That man can't help it. He too touchy, man. Especially if he starts. I know he too touchy, man. He can't help it. He probably get 2 on the same series, bro. He's that dude. He'll probably get 2 on the same series. And go lie to y'all, he's shot mentally. You could tell. Like his confidence is like done. You could tell. You can really tell. Oh yeah, I like that one. Todd says 2 hands to the face and 2 PIs. Yeah, I can see that. Definitely can see that. And his confidence is, like I said, his confidence is shot. You can see it. And also check out our website, which is www.urbansportscene.com. That's www.urbansportscene.com. He said that's his only special. That's his only specialty. It is, man. Penalties are his thing. That's his thing for real. Like he can't help it. That's what he does. But anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Always appreciate the folks in the chat. Y'all know I have much love for y'all. Paul, Taj, Mike, there was Alexander on here. Just appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make this thing, y'all make it fun. I could do an afternoon show with y'all any day of the week, bro, because y'all just make this joint real popping. Like, truth be told, y'all could be on here. I could shoot the breeze. George too as well. I could shoot the breeze with y'all any day of the week for real. Y'all my homies for real. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for ages. You dig? Deuces. Your boy Wole is out.
Peace.